More than meets the eye? Fantastic. Morning, everybody. My name is Curtis, and here's another show. And yes, yes, I'm still drunk from yesterday's episode, which was 13 seconds ago. Just gonna keep going and get these ready and good to go. Because, like I said, trying to be proactive, preemptive, get stuff going before the end of the week, and not have to overwhelm myself. But I got drunk. But I got drunk. But I got drunk. And still getting drunk. But shows must go on. If I decide, then it can't be wrong. This is how we go, and this is my song. Um, Today's episode, I'm gonna I'm gonna say, Gobots, the movie. What? There's no Gobots the movie. Maybe there is. Whoever will put that in production is mildly crazy or the greatest genius ever. And here's how. Here's why I'm gonna pitch this as an idea. Feel free to send me your movie checks for all of my insights, or feel free to go into the comments and say you're drunk. Go home. Here's why. It's the time. It's the perfect, it's just perfect for a GoBots movie in the world right now. Why? Who? The GoBots? What's a GoBot? I guess let's swing back to the through the annals of time and talk about what a GoBot is real quick. There's Transformers that we all know about. They transform into dinosaurs and trucks and cars, and everybody knows and loves them. And they have an eternal battle between the Autobots and Decepticons. Uh, Ding, email. But the GoBots were, I don't know if they were supposed to be like a more child-friendly version or just a cheaper version, or I really don't know. I can't bring myself to go back and watch some GoBots to find out was it as was it as not Transformers as I remember it was, or was it, maybe it was great? Was it great? I don't. I think it took place on Earth. I just know that the transformation sequence from the movies is more like how GoBots transformed than how Transformers transformed, and that's why we are poised on the precipice, on the altar, on the edge of the cliff that is. We could make a GoBots movie, not me, but whoever, somebody out there with a lot of money, and it would just be the greatest thing in the world. Uh, if you follow, my simple instructions. You can't just go make it a GoBots movie, then you'll end up with the Transformers. So we have the Transformers. There's like one, two, and three, and then there's a fourth one that's kind of separate, but not at all. Because I was really excited. Oh, they're gonna branch it out, and it's gonna be super fun. And it wasn't. It was still a continuation of those dumb three Transformers movies that just didn't make any sense. And I was excited. I still, even after all of this is what Optimus looks like. You know what? I don't care. Fine. This is how they transform. Actually makes a bit of sense to me. I'm still on board. And then finally made it to the movie, and it was just like, what did they? Why? I like the Optimus voice is there, but what is this about? Why are there so many kids? Why is this so pervy? Why is this kid's dad and his mom even matter? Why are they making so many weird, dirty jokes? Oh, why is Bumblebee like this? Why is anything like anything? They're looking for what now? Why doesn't this movie have any kind of just a story that makes sense? Why is it so many just why is there so much military in this? Is this an ad for the military? I feel like this movie is convincing me to join the military because I might get to see giant robots. I don't understand. You would get to see secrets? So whatever. I saw the first one and was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know who those guys were. I don't know why is why isn't the camera not up where the Transformers are, but instead down at their feet for the whole time? Transformers, feet that run around. You can see some cars and people that are doing stuff while robots run around in the background, but kind of, mostly it's blurry, CG stuff. Transformers, a lot less than meets the eye, because you expect to see things that do stuff, but then you don't see anything at all except Shia LaBeouf. What? Why? Too drunk to do a show. Shouldn't be making up rhymes. Um, so so we got those. So we know, like, here's why. Anyway, blah. This is what. Damn it. Should have stopped at one episode, but kept going. We already know what's wrong. We can already look at the Transformers and say, let's not go too crazy. You got to keep it simple, make it about the robot men, and maybe something a little bit about the people, but mostly about the strife and the difficulties of the robot people that transform into things or goboticize into things, whatever they called it there. Like I said, I don't remember anything about the Gobots other than there was like a lady who was a black car, and I think she had like eyelashes, and the main bad guy was a motorcycle that was red and silver, and there was a scooter, possibly named Scooter, who was on the good side, and a little kid rode around on him. That's it. That's all I remember. That's all you need to remember. That's what's great about the GoBots. You can't ruin it. You can't ruin GoBots. It was already the dumb, cheap version of Transformers, and we already ruined that. So it's already like anything you do with it, it's fine. You can expand on it. You can change it. You can put it in an alternate universe. Doesn't matter. You're already set to just have GoBot fun. You can make the new Transformers and still have it be a crazy licensed thing that some people remember if that's what you need so bad. It's not going to be a Transmorphers, it's going to be GoBots. That's the first thing. Second thing is childhood destruction. You cannot, by any circumstances, like there's four, I'll give you four people in the entire world that if you make a if you make a GoBots movie, that they'll say, that's not my GoBots. All right, cool. See you later, Steve, Jeff, Craig, and Don. Away with you. Nobody cares about your four opinions. It's GoBots. It's GoBots. But it's still some transforming robots that we can have some fun with. And then all you need to do is just have a half decent story. Like that's it. Like I said before, you just focus on like one of the robots or two of the robots. I mean, the Powerpuff Girls movie, all the Avengers, like all the animated movies seem to know how to focus somewhere, and then a live action movie is like everybody gets their own story. Not how a movie works, guys. You only got 2 hours. Even if you crank it out to like 3.5, 4 hours, like a jerk, then you still are supposed to just tell me more. Like give me more about that character that they're invite me into their life. Don't invite me into the lives of every person that person's met. Pee Wee's Big Adventure did it. Great. That's where it belonged. You can't all make Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you choose to make a robots movie, you got to kind of make it about your robots. If you want to make a Shia LaBeouf movie, make it about the Shia LaBeouf. When you combine those two, please, please remember, focus on Optimus Prime or one of them. I don't care. And don't put little weird baby robots that are like, hey, I'm Jive talking and I'm a stereo. Don't do that. Stick with the main robots. We don't need a bunch of extra side characters. Let's make a movie here and not just nonsense on top of nonsense. So, the last thing, the only thing, and I mentioned this already, that you need to do, you need to avoid, don't turn your GoBots movie or your Transformers movie if you decide to do it again into a weird pervy movie about looking at some girl and or robots peeing or all of the things that were put in there. They're like these don't belong in this movie in any way. If you're trying to make it darker and then focus on the story and then tell it to me, to an adult, or make it open for all the kids and everybody. You don't get to do a little bit of everything and then here you go. And I know as you're sitting there, Michael Bay, as you watch this show, as I know you do, uh, you're saying, I believe this giant pile of money I'm sitting on, money fight, says that you're wrong. That I can melange all the best things that I think should belong in a movie into the movie, and then I get all the money. Yes, you're right, but everybody hates you. Everybody hates. Everybody hates you. People love Transformers. You brought them back from the dead in a million other incarnations where people try to get their Transformers fixed after being slapped in the face with whatever those things were. I don't know. You did your best. I think the third one actually had part of a great backstory way over here, but the rest of the movie was stupid, so who cares? This becomes unimportant. And then the fourth one, I literally watched until TJ Miller died, and then, oh, well, then what's the point of this? there's no point to this. All of this was dumb up until now, except the fact that, hey, TJ Miller's here and I think he's great. Now he's dead. So let's never ever ever think about this ever again. Instead, let's think about GoBots. Let's start anew. Let's not reboot Transform. Let's forget about it. We're done. Don't care anymore. I think it was a Hanna-Barbera. I think it was the HB that came together at the end. Shing, logo. And let's jump into the 80s with GoBots. Why not? I mean, it's time, and I think it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal. So yeah, just send your movie checks here, and let's watch a quick cartoon. Don't think I have anything about robots, but I'll take a look. Maybe I'll have time to make something. See what we got, and go.
Did you just say that there's more meat in the eye? La la la.
And we're back. Hello. Hi. Here's the thing. The greatest thing about the Transformers versus robots war that is more than meets the eye. The Autobots wage their battle to defeat the evil Decepticons, something something. I distinctly remember being a kid and it was that, oh, you like GoBots? Like, I think so. I don't know. I don't have cable, so I don't really get to see either. Mostly I go to my aunt's place where she has cable, and if I get there at the right time, GoBots is on sometimes at this time on this channel. I figure if I keep watching the robot time on the TV, someday they will flip it up and play Transformers as well, so I can get some Transformers, because mostly I just saw GoBots. Again, still don't remember any of it, because the Transformers was so much more powerful of a story. Everything was like memorable. They had dinosaurs, and GoBots was mostly cars, and their transformations were for the most part, hey, I'm a car. I'm gonna flip this part around, put a face. Now I'm kind of a car standing up. Not much of a robot. Cool. Way to design awesome robots. And I could see, it's hard to animate robots with all kinds of detail, so you do what you can. And the movie will make them cooler and better, just like Transformers did. We won't go so far as to make them a billion pieces that you can't register whether or not it's a robot or a truck. And anyway, the war, whatever the battle of you like this versus you like that, went on for quite a while. Like, how can you like the subpar version? I don't know. I don't know. Do I? I don't know which one I like ever. I just know I want to watch cartoons. Period. Do they have to be separate? Yes, and you need to pick one. Nowadays, parents, genuine, real parents with real kids in the real world, they can explain, and they will explain without me asking, oh, it's Diego, not Dora. This kid likes Diego, this kid likes Dora. It's crazy. No, it's not. It's not crazy that your kids like two different kids like two different versions of the same show. The crazy part is that you know what the difference is. I know all the differences. I don't anymore, but for a while I knew everything. I knew all the SpongeBob references. I knew all the things. And parents didn't, and they looked at me like I was a crazy person. And when I was a kid, there was no such thing, zero such thing as a parent who knew the difference between a GoBot and a Transformer, a Go-Car and a Transmomar, and a whatever, a GoBot, Robot Man, Transformer Man. Doesn't matter. They would just say anything they could to not say either the word Transformer or GoBot, because they didn't care and they didn't want to know, and they will never know. And I guarantee they still don't know. Yeah, they still don't know. There's nobody that was in that generation that raised my generation that will know the difference. There just isn't. Like, if there is, they were already into it, and that's it. They were, part of the four weirdos. But that's where I grew up. When a kid would come out, Mario's like this, Luigi's like that. The Smurfs, Gargamel versus the Snorks. What are you talking about? They're all the same. It's all just cartoons, and I don't care. I got a job. I'm trying to afford life. Uh, Governments are constantly threatening war and famine and whatever. So everybody just calm down, trying to afford cable, shut up and play with your toys. And now it's so the opposite. I can ask any parent the details of most cartoons, and they can tell me all the things. The amount, like, oh, you don't know about, and just here's all the Mickey Mouse Club. What? What? You know about this? You watch this? That's not the world that I grew up in. If I say GoBots, what do you what do you think of? And they think of all the things like, oh well, actually I know all the different incarnations of Transformers that my kids watch now. Like, really? Wow. That's what? I don't oh. I guess that just proves the fact that yeah, a bunch of kids grew up and then started having kids, so whatever they think is important, i.e. cartoons, and then they get involved with their kids. Like I distinctly remember like watching Transformers sick on the couch one day with my dad and him like he hated it. I guarantee he hated it. Definitely did not care. Like when I tried like GoBots or this, Transformers or that. Like, listen, buddy, I don't care. All I care is that you're just don't be as stunned as the characters on TV. Like you see how Commissioner Gordon has no idea that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Like Adam West is clearly Batman and Bruce Wayne, and this stunned f of a like just don't be as stunned as them. That's all I ask, buddy. Grow up and don't be this stunned. That's it. That's it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like where'd the manifold go? Where's the this go? Like he's a mechanic, so he's just like, no, there's not enough room in there for robot parts and for all the car parts that make that car go. Plus, where did that missile launcher come from? Where did that sword come from? No. And he was just absolutely against it. And it's like, well, maybe GoBots is more your speed because they pretty much just switch around and that's it. There's just a face on the thing. Would you be more interested? No, is the answer. I'm an adult with adult things to deal with. I don't care about your robots that turn into other robots. No, 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 no. The robots turn into like they turn into cars or dinosaurs, not other like that's crazy. I see. Yeah, I see what you're getting at. You don't care. You don't want to deal with this. It wasn't until like years later when Simpsons and things about like, oh, this is what I understand. Families that just are crazy and weird. That's what I want to watch. That's what I understand. Like, oh yeah, of course, based on the stories you've told me, you can relate to this. Uh, I've sat in my bedroom playing with toys and enacting just crazy adventures and fantasies through space and beyond and back through time and around the moon again like I always say to save whales um, in Star Trek. So yeah, I'm looking for more of this and this is perfect for me, and you're looking for less of this because literally people bring to you what are essentially robots that people drive around in, and then they say, can you, like, it's making a noise, can you figure out what it is and get rid of it and also make it just work better? And now they're talking and they're standing up and they can say it themselves like, hey wheeljack, hurts, it's not rotating properly, fix me. And then you're the wheeljack, you're the wheeljack. I assume wheeljack is the doctor guy, ambulance man, Megatron. Was he the nurse? Probably not. But aside from all that, what I'm really getting to is the fact that yes, now is the time. Like right now, people are still so like they don't trust. You can't make a Transformers movie now without people going, we don't believe it. It's not going to happen. Yes, they'll still give you all your money, but to really wow everybody, like to just be like, what just happened? GoBots. It's what the Phantom should have been when Billy Zane was the Phantom. Like a Phantom movie. This is gonna be amazing. Ooh, this is weird. This is a little bit weird. Am I still? What's happening? This didn't work out the way we'd planned, everyone. Some things should not be brought to life. Whereas The Shadow, I can't watch it again. Greatest movie ever in my head. Greatest. Alec Baldwin. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Alec Baldwin knows. It was awesome. Pretty sure it feels like it's 7,000 hours longer than it needs to be. But that's how things are. Things age, things change. People get older. Just watched a bunch of stand-up comedy, I think, where they just basically mention, "Oh, you're together with somebody for a long time. You know how you don't want to like so much as look at them or touch them anymore? Like what? I'm quite the opposite. You know, the more you do something, the more you want to do that thing more, right? Like this show, every time I do one, I want to do three more. That's what that's like. If you find somebody you like, you want to, I spent an hour with you, I want to spend 3 more hours because that was fun and awesome. Like, isn't isn't that why cocaine is such a huge problem in the world? Because you don't just do it once. You're like, I need 90 more. I don't know. I don't know. Like, life is like a box of too drunk. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you actually want until you open it up and you're like, oh, it says caramel, but this one says like nuts and caramel, and like I think that's the same as a turtle. I definitely want a turtle, but I didn't know that that was an option in here. Now that it's in here, I want that. And you know, Forrest Gump didn't have all the answers. It actually was just full of questions and let us know that we're all a little bit stupid. We're all a little bit stupid. 20 minutes is long enough. I'll try to find a longer cartoon to pad this episode out and be good. Be careful. Seriously, don't drink and drive. I don't even know about drinking and YouTubing. This is fantastically off the rails. Click on the links down below. Buy a book. Go to the website. Go subscribe to the podcast. No such thing as grown ups. Subscribe to this website. Like it. Share it. Do all the things.
Click on my butt or Ripley's butt to subscribe. Click on my butt. Click on my butt. Click on my butt.